This is how you should behave on dates to get this reaction from men. You're still not attracting the actual core divine masculine energy from men. That's not what you're evoking whenever you are pretending to be feminine. Your feminine journey is not specifically one based on the physical. There is so much focus on performative femininity or even performative feminine energy, people mimicking someone in how they are feminine or how they tell them how to be feminine when really it's in our being. Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Farrell, and I have really been talking about more of these general but extremely necessary and useful topics when it comes to self-development or our feminine level up journey. And I know they can apply to men and women, but what I really wanted to get into is focusing more on feminine energy and focusing more on that initiation into womanhood, that moving from the wounded little girl energy into the queen energy, because it's not what a lot of people think it is. Just a heads up, I have posted my course, so it's fully finished, the Feminine Foundation. If you are wanting to really get into the inner work of this and really get through your journey, like the complete initiation into womanhood, this is the best place to start. I've really jam-packed this course as a union between the science of things, the metaphysical aspect, and then the energetics of feminine energy and femininity. It's genuinely the perfect place to start for if you're diving into your inner work and you're on your feminine journey. So the feminine level up journey, what is it really? It is more of a spiritual journey and a journey of learning about your consciousness, a complete journey of inner work. This isn't about putting on makeup and performing these feminine behaviors and seeming more elegant. That comes with it. That comes naturally with it. That is upgrading the outside. That is not the inner work. That's the exterior work. All of the things that we're supposed to behave like or supposed to look like or supposed to do within roles in a relationship, I realized that that was all of the programming around it. It's not our true being. It's not our feminine essence. And so there's so much that I could talk about around this topic, but what I want to focus on is truly moving from wounded little girl into the queen, the full divine feminine energy. And so what this journey has to do with is healing the masculine container that we have, even as women, that we should have, and also emotional mastery. So what does the wounded little girl look like? The wounded little girl looks like the woman, even at an adult age, who is still in her wounded inner child. She's still in that victim mindset, feels a bit entitled, maybe is manipulative, always attracting drama to her, even if she believes that it's all everyone else's fault. It's never her fault. She can't take responsibility. She blames everyone around her. And even if she's at a job that she constantly complains about, this is what you'll notice for the wounded little girl. Always complaining because she is benefiting off of the validation that she's getting and the sympathy. How does that validation benefit her? It benefits her because it confirms her reality and what she believes about her reality. It confirms that her reality is so bad that she's always the victim. Everyone's always out to get her. And this is a crucial stage in the feminine because this is where we can sort of play that damsel in distress and act like we don't have choice, act like we do not have the choice to stay in a situation or get out of it. But the thing is that she's not even usually aware that she is the problem. She's not even aware of her behaviors holding her back and making herself the victim whenever she could level up in her inner work, in her feminine journey, and take responsibility for things. What is always happening in this wounded little girl stage is that she's looking for the validation outside of herself. She's allowing her programming, not her being, but her programming to determine everything. To be like, okay, as I mentioned in one of my other videos, the You're Desperate one, I believe, a lot of people commented that this is our survival mechanism to sort of people please for survival. Yes, that is true, but that no longer serves us. And that was the point of that message, is that we're surviving. We're okay. The feminine journey, you cannot be in your feminine energy if you are in fight or flight mode. If you cannot relax your nervous system, you can never truly be in your like feminine conscious energy. That's never going to happen. That's why even when you hear other feminine energy creators talking about this, and they're not even going this deep, they're talking about get rid of these masculine behaviors, deprogram the masculine, which is true, deprogram the masculine, but this masculine energy that we're talking about isn't even healthy. We're operating from this wounded masculine, which is either zero self-discipline, or it's like overdoing it, where we're hustling, grinding all the time for this validation for masculine accomplishments. And so when we move through this feminine level up journey into the end result, or the first end result that we want to get to, which is the queen energy, is what I call it. The queen no longer looks for validation outside of herself. She understands that that survival mechanism and that urge that we have to seek that is no longer serves us. And that's just the programming that we no longer need. That's one of those apps that's running in the background of your phone that you never closed out, just because you didn't even realize it was running. And it was sucking away all of the energy from your battery or from your personal battery. You're putting energy towards these things that you no longer need to, but your body and your subconscious response to that thinks that you need to survive, that your nervous system is not relaxed, and if you actually believe that you're in a life or death situation. The queen understands that the universe is a mirror, that everything is a mirror, everything can be a lesson, and she uses those lessons to up-level her life. She uses these triggers as lessons to quantum leap into her next level. Instead of allowing it to turn into her victimhood, turn into her sob story, she knows how to literally alchemize that. So I also call the wounded little girl sort of the triggered feminine. When you are triggered, we revert back into our inner child energy. No matter if you're an adult, doesn't matter how old you are, you will revert back when something triggers you, because that's past trauma that's coming up and saying like, hey, I need to be healed, right? What happens is that you have this trauma reaction. This can look like emotionally releasing on people or projecting onto them instead of taking responsibility. Looking to blame men for all of your horrible dating experiences, even though the queen knows that she attracts the energetic reciprocal of her. The triggered feminine also shows up as someone who is over-explaining herself, trying to convince people that she's right, that she's the best option for them, trying to persuade them or even manipulate them into being with her or why they should choose her. So emotional mastery is the huge level up, is the journey of the feminine. We cannot trust our intuition if we are constantly triggered or in that fight or flight mode. That's not emotional mastery, that is survival. That is a step below. Whenever we can level up into self-awareness and understanding that all of this is a program that we're operating from, everything that's being triggered is just our nervous system being triggered from past trauma or beliefs that we hold, that's how we level up. All of the physical aspects, upgrading our looks, upgrading our wealth, whatever you want to do in your level up, that comes as a result of all of this, as a result of your inner work. I like to say that inner work for men and women, but women in particular, learning how to descend back into that feminine energy, that is the hard work for us. Just like men have this physical hard work or this more masculine journey into manhood, we have a more feminine inner work and this descension journey back into our feminine being. So if you've been struggling with this and you want to hop into your inner work and truly get into that feminine energy, and you want to know all of it, you don't just want to know the fluffy BS that's on all of these YouTube videos out here of curl your hair this way and you'll be more feminine, or this is how you should behave on dates to get this reaction from men, you're still not attracting the actual core divine masculine energy from men. That's not what you're evoking whenever you are pretending to be feminine. You are attracting that exact reciprocal. You are attracting a man who, sure, he might be a provider. He might be in his masculine energy. That is how he has taught himself to appear. That's how he's taught himself to behave. But if that's not what he's connected to at his core, that is not the union that you want. That is not going to serve you long term. And so if you truly want to dive into this, like the metaphysics of it, the science of it, and the energetics, then check out my program, The Feminine Foundation, where you can get started immediately and binge like hours of content and dive into the inner work. And this course changed my life teaching it. I didn't realize how much I could put together. You will truly know how to be in your feminine energy and the steps that you have to take. It's like a complete toolbox for that. So definitely go check that out. I'll put that link in the bio, and comment below if you are enjoying the feminine content again. I felt really, really called to dive more deeply into helping women. I feel like that's my purpose. Like that's what I came here to do. And so I want to make so much more content on feminine energy. I'll still be making the other content as well, because to me, it all goes together. I interconnect all of them, and that's what I teach in my programs too. So if you want to get started on that, check out the link below. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video.